got new tool announcements from Milwaukee, DeWALT, and RIDGID.
We've got cooler freezers, robots, circular saws,
and 5 different head-to-head tool tests.
Plus another PACKOUT Platinum Tool Deal from OhioPowerTool.
This is the Tool Show.
Welcome back, Tool fans. I'm Sarah, that's Rob, and we're going to jump right into the tool news, starting with DeWALT. Big Yellow had 3 announcements this week, starting with the all-new Tough System 2.0 DXL storage lineup, which they claim to be the industry's first 30-inch modular workstation system. The new series includes 4 different 30-inch products, a worktop, deep drawer unit, 2-drawer unit, and a dolly. All of the pieces can be easily customized and are compatible with existing Tough System 2.0 products, which means that you can connect or stack them on the top or the bottom of the new DXL drawers using their patented Auto Connect front latches.
The 30-inch deep drawer unit provides a large-scale storage volume of 11.62 gallons and optimal organization with removable dividers and side metal racks for hanging power tools and accessories. It has ball-bearing slides that securely locks with an automatic quick latching mechanism.
The 2-drawer unit has the same design and functionality as its deep drawer counterpart, but includes large-scale storage with a total load capacity of 55 pounds per drawer and a 9.04 gallon volume. The 30-inch dolly features impact-resistant body structure and large 6-inch heavy-duty caster wheels designed to easily traverse rough terrain.
And as you can see, the new 30-inch worktop sits right on top, providing a flat, durable, multi-purpose work surface with 5 integrated slots for hanging tools and 2 cup holders for your, 2 cups. You can even add width to reinforce work surface using integrated screw holes to mount 2x4 beams or plywood to create an on-site task worktop.
We don't yet have pricing or availability, but I have to be honest, Rob and I both were pretty impressed by the concept and we're willing to bet that it will be worth the price. Now, this awesome new storage stuff isn't the only DeWALT news this week. They also launched the all-new DCF 964 20V Max XR 3/4 inch high torque impact wrench and the DCF 870 20V Max XR 1/4 inch quiet hydraulic impact driver. The DCF 964 boasts up to 102% more torque than the DCF 897. It's their highest rated max torque cordless 3/4 inch impact wrench ever, with 1,420 foot-pounds of max fastening torque and 1,900 foot-pounds of max breakaway torque.
Dang.
Indeed. It has 3 speed settings, presumably slow, medium, and bone breaker. It also has a precision wrench mode to help prevent over-tightening, which I'd assume is a real problem with that much power. The new DCF 964 is available now for $549 with a 5 amp hour power stack battery.
DeWALT also announced the new DCF 870 20V Max XR brushless cordless 1/4 inch quiet hydraulic impact driver, which I cannot wait to try. Hydraulic impacts have always been a fascination of mine. If you've ever used an impact on a project that requires you to drive a lot of stubborn screws, then you know exactly how loud and obnoxious an impact can be. It's a real issue for installers and remodelers who have to work around clients or in businesses. The DeWALT claims to be 57% quieter than the DCF 787 when driving a 3-inch deck screw through a pressure-treated 4x4. Yet it's also the industry's highest rated max torque hydraulic impact driver. No word yet on price or availability.
RIDGID launched the first 18-volt tabless cell battery this week in a nicely compact 4 amp hour size. This is going to be a welcomed addition to any RIDGID fan's toolbox. There's not anything new to be said considering this is coming from TTI, who has already launched tabless cell batteries under Milwaukee and even Ryobi branding. And speaking of, Ryobi also launched with a 4 amp hour battery, which leaves us wondering about Milwaukee's Forge battery system.
Yeah, when Milwaukee first announced the Forge battery lineup in 2023, they started with a 6 amp hour Forge that's powered by lithium pouch tech, while the new larger batteries that we got this year, the 8 and the 12, were powered by cylindrical tablet cells. Now, I asked Milwaukee directly why they used 2 different technologies, and they said that essentially the smaller the battery, the better it was to use lithium pouch, while the larger you go, tabless makes more sense. But now their corporate siblings are all launching small capacity tabless cell batteries. I can't help but wonder if Milwaukee actually jumped the gun on the lithium pouch, and by the time they realized tablets was a better choice, they were already too far along with the 6 amp hour Forge. But even if that was the case, I don't see them admitting that to us anytime soon. Either way, now RIDGID owners can enjoy tablet cell power starting this month for $139.
And finally, Milwaukee has officially launched their new line of next-generation tape measures. They have the Stud, which claims to be the most durable in the industry, with an EXO 360 rip and wear resistant blade with 17 foot of reach and 14 feet of standout. The wide blade tape measure with a 15 foot standout and 18 feet of reach, a finger stop, and double-sided anti-tear coating on the first 6 inches of the blade. Next, the magnetic tape measure with a 12 foot standout, and you guessed it, magnets. And finally, the compact and auto-lock tape measures. There are also variants of each one, some with specific reference charts on them, like 3-phase for electricians. Altogether, we counted 34 new tapes, all coming this month and ranging from $4.97 for a keychain tape all the way up to $40 for a 35-foot stud.
Gross. They also announced the launch of their new M18 Rover lights for September, including the M18 Rover compact folding floodlight with USB charging. It features 1,000 lumens of TrueView high-definition light and 12 hours of runtime on a 5-amp-hour battery. There's also the new M18 Rover clamping floodlight with 2,000 lumens coming from a swivel head that rotates up to 355 degrees and tilts 170 degrees, putting out 5 hours of runtime on that same 5-amp-hour battery. And finally, the M18 Rover dual-power triple panel flood and area light with a huge 4,500 lumens coming from 3 light panels, 9 brightness modes, and up to 3 hours in runtime on high with a 5-amp-hour battery. Now, all 3 will be available this month, with the M18 Rover compact folding floodlight with USB charger coming in at $79, the M18 Rover clamping floodlight ringing up at $119, and the M18 Rover dual power triple panel flood and area light priced at $179. All right, let's talk about shaving. If you were born after 1970, as I was, you likely grew up using multi-blade razors. And despite these being the standard for over 50 years, there are some obvious problems. First of all, our faces don't seem to like them. In a recent study, 2/3 of men expect some irritation when they shave. Secondly, they're wasteful. Over 2 billion plastic razors go into landfills each year just here in the US. Lastly, they're ridiculously expensive. Because of this, more and more people are now opting either to explore more invasive hair removal methods or stop shaving altogether, like Sarah did.
It's true.
Well, the engineering team at Hensen felt the same frustration that we did, and their solution is brilliantly simple, effective, and just bursting with value. Let me explain. These guys designed a razor that uses standard 10-cent double-edged blades that are recyclable, held in a handle that's built to last the rest of your life. Now, this is the Hensen AL13 safety razor. It's made entirely of aluminum. By twisting on the handle and compressing the plates, it precisely bends a standard double-edged blade on both sides to a perfect 30-degree angle. This not only puts the blade at the perfect angle, but it supports it like no other razor does. The result is the healthiest shave possible for your face. You'll look and feel great while avoiding razor burn. Now, the Hensen AL13 safety razor costs $69. Now, you think $69 too much to spend on a razor? If you've been shaving for only 1 year, you've probably already done it. I've spent thousands of dollars on plastic razors by now, and unless I switch to something better, I'll just keep spending. With a Hensen razor, you buy it once and grab a $10 box of blades that will last most of us nearly 5 years. That's it. Better shave, way better price. They do sell one other razor though. It's the T122 razor, which is made from grade 5 titanium. It's a staggering $249. And will it shave better than my $69 razor? Nope. But look at that thing. And let's be honest, guys, if there's any group that would spend more money for a tool just because it's made of the absolute best materials, it's us. Am I right? I'm sticking with my $70 AL13 for now, but let me know in the comments below if you'd buy the TI22, not just to buy your last razor, but to buy the very best while you're at it. If you'd like to stop throwing money into the plastic razor void and want to enjoy a healthier shave, head to hensenshaving.com/toolshow and use code TOOLSHOW to get a free 100-pack of blades with any razor purchase.
Now that we have smooth faces, let's cover our favorite tool videos of the week, starting with Tim Johnson from Shop Tool Reviews, who found a freaking bodega cooler that is both a powered fridge and a freezer. I know it sounds perfect, but before you ask, no, it does not have a margarita blender, so I'm not even sure what it's even for. Oh well.
Worthless. The boys at Machinery Nation are back testing robotic lawn mowers, this time focused on the all-new Luba 2. They compare it directly to a huge group of automated lawn stylists, including examples from Husqvarna, Segway, Stihl, Crest, and Stiga. So if you're so busy you can't find time to enjoy mowing your lawn, the boys have an answer for you.
Rob Robillard is playing with new tools again, this time working with the Jet AFS 850 mobile air filter. These tower filters are designed to easily move extremely close to your work, making it an effective way to keep dust down and the environment livable, which is a big deal with your renovating a home when the inhabitants are still in it.
Now, there were a ton of great head-to-head tool videos this week. The first was from Taylor, who's tinkering with his tools again, and asked the question, do you have to spend top dollar or can you get the job done with a budget? To find out, he collected an impressive group of 12-volt impact drivers from a few of the big boys, including Milwaukee, DeWALT, and Bosch, and put them up against the SKIL 12-volt, and you might be surprised by what he finds.
Todd at Project Farm wants to know who makes the very best handheld vacuum, so he did what he always does and bought one of every example that he could find. He tests noise, suction power, airspeed, and even force feeds them a bunch of fasteners. As you'd expect, his testing process is creative, effective, and brutally fun to watch.
The next head-to-head on our list was from Tools Tested, who's gathered the usual suspects from the cordless inflator category, primarily to see if the Makita, Craftsman, Ryobi, or Metabo HPT can take on Milwaukee's M18.
Torque Test Channel shared not only a new tool test last Friday, but unveiled an all-new testing rig. That is pushy, and I love him. To most people, he's a clever wrench dyno designed to push crescent wrenches to their absolute grippy max, but to me, he's the hardest working character on TTC, and I want to be his friend. I would love him, feed him wrenches, take him for walks.
What?
Okay, I doubt I could actually walk him, but I could put him in the back of my truck and we could go to tool shows. Anyways, they built Pushy to test a set of Icon Harbor Freight wrenches that have been making waves on the socials recently, beating out Snap-on wrenches in their own demos. It's a super fun watch, so go watch it.
We're not done with head-to-heads yet. Clint over at Pro Tool Reviews tested a huge group of job site Bluetooth speakers to see which one rocks and which one sucks. And in case you didn't know, Clint's background is actually in audio, and there are few more qualified to run this test than him. So before you share your terrible music taste on the job site, you can rely on PTR to make sure you share that junk with the best speaker.
Speaking of job site speakers, Mark Thomas got a pair of the all-new Milwaukee M18 job site speakers so he could link them up and presumably share our show with his whole job site. Thanks, Mark.
That is definitely what he's doing. Tools from Tools and Stuff made a video just to let us all know that he won't be reviewing the new Makita Power Shovel, and his reason is super lame. You see, he lives in Auckland, New Zealand, where it never snows. Apparently, they don't have planes in New Zealand yet. If you really cared about us tools, you'd fly out here to Ohio and review the Makita Power Shovel with us. Just saying.
That would be so much fun. Our last stop is in the tool review zone where Clint got both the new M12 5-inch saw and the new M18 7¼ saw with a second generation fuel system, which leads to an absolute stump ton of power. If you're already on the Milwaukee platform, you frankly don't need to watch the video to know that you're going to buy these saws, but Clint's video can at least hold you over while you wait for them to arrive. It's time again for our Platinum Tool Deal of the Week from OhioPowerTool. This week we have a free Milwaukee compact low-profile PACKOUT organizer with any in-stock $100 or more purchase of Milwaukee tools or accessories.
But you'll have to be very fast because, as always, our Platinum Tool Deals only work for the first 25 people to use it.
Which is a good reason to be subscribed and click the notification bell so you never miss a deal on Friday night.
The code you need this week is TS76429. Good luck.
I want to thank EagleFlex and OhioPowerTool for continuing to support our show and our community of tool fans. We could not do this without you.
If you can, go lend a hand to a neighbor this weekend, and Sarah and I will see you next week.